What wrestlers used to do this, Chris? Because I know you're a bit young, but you must know. Was that D Generation X? Dan,
No,
who
that's
did this? Was that Diamond Dallas
Pogba.
Page?
It has to be gone.
Diamond Dallas Page.
Diamond Dallas Page with the diamond cutter.
Oh yeah. For the younger viewers, get acquainted, man. Jump on YouTube. Some classic wrestling entertainment. That old Federation, I think it was back then. But yeah, shout out to Diamond Dallas Page. I wonder where he is now, man.
Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, or text us, Dallas. If you get this, text us and let us know where you are, because we'd love to know. But welcome back to the Armchair Gaffers and our summer sessions. I think I've done too much revealing there. My name is Walks, the CEO of One Touch Passing. Get to know. We're here with Jess, Wrong and Strong, or Mr. Continental, as some people refer to him as. Oh, there's a new moniker. Please let us know, Jess.
No, it's just Wrong and Strong.
Oh, sorry, apologies. And that's Wrong and Strong. And we have our latest signing, a youth team player who's gone through the ranks. It used to be young Christopher, but now it's just Christopher. Welcome back, Chris. How are things?
He's gone. Okay, he's back.
Wow. Didn't really like his trial with us. Chris, you with us? Are you against us? What's going on?
No, I'm with you still.
Cool. I just wanted to see some signs of life there, but we have a few vitals, which is good. Let's not take too long. Let's get into this, man.
I just want to say quickly before we continue, Diamond Dallas Page isn't from Texas. He's actually from New Jersey. Shout
out to New Jersey, man. Shout out to Newark. Shout out to Atlantic City. I think I'm done. Shout out to LaGuardia. Shout out to Connecticut as well.
His first name is Page.
Nice.
Page Joseph Falkenberg Jr.
Shout out to all the Pages. The rapper as well, Page from South London. I wonder where he is.
Who's that?
A good rapper. Used to rap with Dubs and those guys. But we digress, as usual. Let's get to the most important, pressing story in the football world. And that is...
Sorry.
Rice, baby. Rice, baby.
Can I speak?
Can I set the scene?
Yes.
It's probably one of the most drawn out, prolonged signings in recent history. Everybody knew it was happening, but for some reason it wasn't happening. Arsenal even took a dig at West Ham on Twitter and said, we are finalising the paperwork, and posted this picture because West Ham said there were issues with the paperwork. But that didn't seem to be the case come Friday, as Arsenal signed England midfielder Declan Rice from West Ham for a fee of up to £105 million, not euros. A massive signing, puts him into the, I think, all-time 11 most expensive signings in history. Jess, speak. Let us know your thoughts.
Get the camera on me, Dan.
We're going to pan to video light on you now.
Dan, what the hell?
Is this enough?
Let me tell you something, yeah?
We're going to need some words, yeah.
Scorcher is a pagan, yeah? Scorcher's been chatting shit in the group chat, saying...
Aye. You're breaking the third... Is it the third wall, whatever they call it? You've gone beyond. You're talking about the group chat. Let's go. 4-4.
Scorcher's chat... Where is he? Scorcher, you can hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
He's in the midst.
I just want to slander you real quick. Are you ready for some slander?
I'm ready, man.
Cool. Scorcher's chatting shit in the group chat, saying how the whole Arsenal rollout has been a bit meaty.
Yeah, he was. I haven't seen many people say that. I've heard good things, but
It's
as
only
usual,
Scorcher
I
that's
do
been
like to hear dissenting views to give us the full 360. So the thriving of negativity, the shade, is welcome. But Jess, tell him why he's wrong, man.
Let me tell you something, yeah? Cecil G's thing was corny as fuck, but this is what
I've seen it before.
I
Was
don't.
it party hard? Do you remember that one?
Oh, Doneo.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gave me vibes of that. But I think there's a space for this stuff, man. And I know people, it can come back to backfire. Cecil G, he did his thing.
Like I found the Donale thing very corny
That was
AF,
bad.
yeah, and not
Robbie
TV.
was involved. Oh.
The Cecil G thing today was, or yesterday, whenever it was, super corny. Yeah. Okay. But who am I to judge? Yeah. These people are just showing their emotion. So let them be happy.
What do you think their emotions are? Just straight happiness.
Yeah, it's a big deal, man. Like, you gotta understand, Declan Rice was a player who, if we're being honest, starts for, is it every club in the Premier League?
Oh, is that the case now?
Like, what do you? It's a question.
I'd say the majority.
Who doesn't he start for? That might be an easier question. Chris, Scorcher, Dan. Who doesn't Declan Rice start for in the Premier League? Genuine question.
Yeah, I'd go. He doesn't start for. Yeah, you'd say Man City.
Look exactly. Look where we are. We got to go straight for Man City.
No. We're there. A tick in Liverpool. He probably does get in there. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, probably most things.
Yeah. So put the money aside. Yeah, because you got to pay the cost to be a boss.
Somebody's mic's rattling, by the way.
It's me. It's broken. I've nothing I can do until I get some money. So donations, guys. Yeah, I'll hold it like this for now. So you got to pay the cost to be a boss. Yeah. Me as an Arsenal fan, I don't care about how much money it costs because this affects me. You understand? Yeah. The man is here now. Yeah. The man is here and he improves the squad. These are just the facts. These are just the cold, hard facts. The rollout could have been meaty, whatever. I don't think it was, but whatever. Yeah. Is he an improvement on Granit Xhaka?
Is an improvement on Xhaka? 5 goals, yes. 5 goals per season is his peak in terms of like goal contributions. He's done that back to back now. Xhaka has, as we saw last season, he's outdone that. Is he a better footballer, better athlete than Xhaka?
I think Declan Rice has as much experience in the Premier League as Granit Xhaka. Xhaka joined Arsenal in the 2016-17 season. Declan Rice made his debut at the end of the 2016-17 season. Yeah, so he has about as much experience as Xhaka in the Premier League over 5 years.
I'm not
5 years not enough.
No, but Jess, you'd have to say him being introduced into West Ham's setup as
but 5 years not enough.
He wouldn't start every game, so they would have had similar seasons, but in terms of minutes.
But if you look at what Declan Rice has done, yeah, since his first full season at West Ham, he's played no less than I think he's started no less than 34 games a season.
And he came in as a centre back as well, so there are differences. But the straight question is he an improvement on Xhaka? You believe? Yes.
Yeah. Fair. So you dissenting voices, United, Tottenham, Chelsea, Liverpool, all of you dissenting voices, yeah. If Rice signed for your team, you would be happy, regardless of the money. I've said my bit.
Scorch, you said, wow, new settings. Damn, he's gonna. Seems like we've got something serious coming, man. Scorch, let us know your thoughts. Why was it a meaty rollout? What does a £105 million players rollout? What should it look like? Stormzy, Laura Woods, Ian Wright. Who else is there? Idris Elba is probably the only one missing, maybe?
No, because you know what it is? You're just saying, like, you're just dropping in the ingredients. You're talking about the ingredients. I'm actually just saying, like...
Was it cooked down?
It just didn't hit. It just didn't hit. But, like, what Jess is doing, he's blurring, like, different conversations. Because he's talking about Jess, you might want to mute your joint. It's whining, you know. He's like blurring the lines because Jess is talking about his price and stuff. I'm not talking about his price. I'm not talking about how good he's at football. I'm not talking about whether he's a trooper, whether he stays fit, whether he's a big game player, whether he rises to the occasion or the level of game or competition that he's in. I'm not talking about none of that. I'm just saying, like, I find the rollout a little bit cringe.
Why do you think it is cringe? So if you were to mention or name drop a few rollouts or announcements over the years that weren't cringe, what do you think the difference are? Do you think it's the player itself? Do you think it's the execution? Is it rushed? What is it?
I have no idea if it was rushed or anything like that. I just like, for instance, Pogba is just a perfect example. Like when Pogba went United, and it was like Pogba, I was like, oh, this is crazy. You get me? I felt it. There's some other ones like I'd like Dybala at Roma. Some of them, like I just kind of I just didn't really.
It's a feeling more than anything tangible.
I even saw like when they were talking in the briefing room, and it was like,
start winning stuff for seeing you do stuff last year.
Yeah, man. Man. Now, and I'm not knocking him. This is not about like knocking him as a person. I rate the attitude and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I was like, why are we seeing this? Like me as a non-Arsenal fan, this is not. Whereas you see, like Jurriën Timber, he was kind of like, like I'm here to like, can't wait to get going.
Different price tag, Scorch, man. Come on, this is
I know.
An expectation. It's a part of the game now.
Jurriën Timber might. I just got the impression that Jurriën Timber might be somebody that me personally might have his finger a bit closer on the pulse of coolness, because he didn't really feel the need to say bare things. But it's just I'm just talking about the rollout. That's all. That's it.
Gaffers, let us know in the comments.
There's a lot of like rollouts that have not really hit for me. Like Maddison,
Alexis Sanchez
played that week. Maddison at Tottenham, he said the lines. I just can't wait.
He
to
looked
wear the famous, the number 23. I was like, who wore 20? And then they showed a picture of Eriksen. I was like, oh, Eriksen used to wear 23. This is not really connecting.
That's not the one. No, not at all. Chris, what are your thoughts on the rollout to start with? Because we know social media, personalities, profile, all plays a part in the modern game. What are your thoughts? You're the youngest as well, so you're probably closer to it than everyone else. So we need your views, Chris.
It didn't really get me, Like, I can't lie. Like, what would have been cold if they got like French the Kid or Devlin to perform London City while my man's walking through the Emirates and whatever. Okay. They didn't do that. It was boring. Like, I can't lie. Like, it was that I don't really like it personally. The Arsenal fan TV stuff. Oh, that was cringy as hell. Like, that was nasty.
I think that.
Sorry, Walks
isn't the side.
Here's an example of a basic rollout that I really rated. Sorry, Chris. Do you remember when Casemiro walked on the pitch?
What? Just at Old Trafford?
Out there, he shook hands with Roy Keane. Basic.
Yeah.
That one there, it felt like,
oh no, but that's like, that was more like a pure thing. It's like when Varane walked out with this shirt. Like, these things happen. Players walk out with their scarf, but there's social media behind it. It's the end of the season. It's quiet. No one's in the stadium. We've got time. We've got space. I thought it was a decent rollout. I'm not sure what more you could have asked for. Rice he's trying to become this personality, and he's being pushed, and I like him. But yeah, I think natural cool is something that you can't buy, and maybe he'll grow into it. But all in all, I'd give it a 7 to 8 out of 10, man. I'm not mad at it.
No, oh my god. He's in the look. Let's have it right. Declan Rice, he's in that alternative bracket where you're a valuable football player, but commercial commodity, not so much. He's like Harry Kane, like them man, because of what they bring to a football game. Like we can maybe think that they bring a bit more commercially than they do, in my opinion. This is not Pogba. This is not Dybala, and I'm not just talking about like people that score goals and are cool. Like, I just don't. Just let him be an expensive football player, and he will deliver.
Your finger is so far off the pulse. Yeah, my nephews, both of them, 16 years old, and the other one's about 8 or 9. I don't know. I don't really care. Both want Declan Rice shirts. The two of them. If that isn't commercial value, yeah, then I don't know what is.
No, because you know what is for me. This is what it is for me. Declan Rice at the minute, yeah, is £100 million footballer, yeah, and I think this is my logic in it. I think Arsenal are banking on making him become the package, the total package in terms of like what he offers commercially. I don't think he's bringing that to Arsenal, because I can just I looked at his Instagram numbers and they were like quite mid. But I do think with the machine of Arsenal behind him, I think he'll then go on to become. Whereas I think if he went to say, let me just say a team like Chelsea, I don't think his commercial value will explode in a way that it's going to. For the minute,
it would have gone off the Richter scale. But like, I said, like, if you went United, his numbers would have shot up straight away. But I just think, how do you market a CDM like Declan Rice to people?
It's tough. It's very tough.
It's tough.
Also, how does he justify that price tag? What does it look like? What is it tackles? Is it interceptions? What is it passes forwards? Is it screening? It's all this kind of stuff. So it's an awkward position. But yeah, Arsenal, they're a big, massive social media force. So I think it's only right that they support them new man. Their expensive new toy. But yeah, we'll see how it all plays out. Jess, before we move on, we don't want to beat the drum too much.
You guys, yeah, Scorcher said I'm saying all these other things. That's after I did my opening monologue. Scorcher said I'm saying all these other things. And then you guys have just said all these other things. Arsenal fan, I don't care about commercial value. Like I said in my opening monologue, he improves the team. Facts. Okay? Yeah. If everything stays the same as it did last season, which obviously doesn't, yeah. Declan Rice improves Arsenal. Yeah. Is he worth another 5 or 6 points? Yeah. Easily. And that's all that matters. I don't care about the commercial value. Scorcher, Dan, Chris. Declan Rice improves Arsenal, and that's the bottom line. That's all I care about.
Love it. Expectations for Arsenal now. So they spent a lot of money. We've got Rice, we've got Timber, we've got Havertz, and this is on top of a team which were top for 90% of the season. What are Arsenal's expectations now, Jess? With all these new signings, is it to be patted on the back for pushing City, or is it time to actually put yourself in a title race and say you expect to push City even further without any slip-ups or capitulations?
Yes, 100%. 100%. The expectation would be to push City all the way and be in the conversation the final throws. The difference between this season and last season is that last season Arsenal were unexpected. However, this season from day one, they've got the target on their backs, so they're going to have to step up another level to really push City. So yeah, the expectation is to push City all the way.
Yeah, fair. Any silverware you pick up a domestic cup surely somewhere along the
way? No. The league. The best RC's got comments. So just are Arsenal winning the league this season? I hope so. But at the very least, we need to be in the conversation. Like whoever else is in the conversation, yeah, whether it's City and Liverpool, we need to be with this signing of Declan Rice and Timber, Havertz, we have to be in the conversation. Yeah, we have to, like, literally. So yeah, the expectations are high from the jump this season, unlike last season.
Scorch, Chris, where do you expect them to finish with these new signings who Jess says unequivocally improve Arsenal's 11 who did so well last year? Where should Arsenal expect to finish?
Second or third. I can't lie. Like
third.
I feel like without a striker, like a proper, forget Jesus. Like
hey, they've got a striker.
Who?
Hey, Jesus.
They've got three. They've got Eddie
and Flo.
Flo is nice. Don't get me wrong. Like Flo is nice and he's great and stuff. But like, I feel like they just need a striker. Jesus isn't a striker, man. Like, I don't even know what he does. To be fair, I can't lie to you. Like, I've watched Jesus a couple times and just thought to myself, like, right, like, what is he? What does he actually do? Like, he's not really a striker in my opinion. Like, he's just not it. Like, they need a proper striker. Like, they need to go out there and get themselves a striker. Because again, adding Declan Rice is nice, but his 5 goals in the season aren't really going to put a dent in City's title run next season. City still have Haaland. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I think Arsenal finished like second or third again. Like,
Third is the little third shout there is the one that shakes me a bit. Scorch, you agree? Do you disagree? Who are you closer to, Jess or Chris?
I think like you got to kind of wait to see where the other where everybody else's business kind of ends as well before you kind of say like where Arsenal finished. But what I would say is I expect Arsenal to compete. And also I don't really see any reason for Arsenal not to compete. I feel like the rebuild is done. We're kind of even getting beyond the rebuild. I disagree
Champions
with
League
Chris.
playing a part?
Yeah. This is a club that's understands Champions League finalists. Champions League is not new to Arsenal. Being out of the
Champions League finalists about a generation ago. It's
no. But what I'm saying is, as a club as a whole, I'm not talking about this particular set of players. As a club as a whole, the concept of Champions League and the impact of it on your season is not like some new thing to them. They fully well understand what the Champions League can do to your season. With that said, though, I think when you look at Arsenal, I disagree with Chris a lot about the whole number 9 thing because there's so many good teams that I could think of where the 9 wasn't the pure source of goals. Like you might think of Bayern Munich winning the Champions League with Mandzukic. Or you might look at Didier Drogba. Like there's like a myth in our heads that we got Didier Drogba that he guarantees you 20 goals in the league a season. 20 goals in the league.
Which I'm not sure.
He might not.
I'm not sure Drogba ever hit that actually.
He might not. You know what I'm saying? I think he might have done it once, maybe. But yeah, when you've got goal scoring, you've got people that put up numbers casually putting up over double digits.
10 guys, and then you got your Saka. Then you got your
Odegaard, and you drop in a Havertz. To me, that sounds like goals. And then you've got Gabriel, who really doesn't mind the goal. Really doesn't. I feel like concentrating too much on how much output you're gonna get out of your number 9 is irrelevant when you're expecting more output than you do from your normal team's wideman.
I fully agree, Scorcher. By the way,
I think it's a shout, and I do. I see both sides, but then I do think that if there was a number 9 striker, centre forward, whatever you want to call it tactically, if there was a striker who could chip in with more goals, they'd swap him for it. So I don't think it is.
I don't think so.
To be overlooked.
I don't think so, Dan.
No, you don't think so?
No, sorry to cut you off, brother. But the reason why I say it is because if you're going to find a striker to get you 25 plus league goals in the season, more than likely they're going to be an out-and-out striker that only can play number 9. Okay, in your mold of Lewandowski,
Vlahovic is a perfect example.
Edin Dzeko, that kind of striker that's just an
whoa.
I'm talking about the type of striker.
Bro,
I'm talking about
facilitator.
Yeah, but Dzeko is a centre forward, old school CF. Yeah, whereas it's very clear if you know Arteta, he's looking for players that can play multiple positions. Even in Nketiah, has featured on the left and on the right hand side as well as down the middle. So it's very unlikely that Arteta will sign a quote unquote number 9 to get who's going to get 25 goals because that 25 goal the season number 9, 25 league goal season number 9 is going to be a player that only plays number 9. Do you understand? So I don't think that's what you know.
I'm just leaning towards the point of if there was a striker who could do what Jesus does and be more clinical, score more goals, miss less big chances, Arsenal would grab it. It is where I was leaning to. I find that hard to argue. But I hear your point. But yeah, if there's someone who's more clinical,
if you look at this Arsenal, that I spent a minimum of £150 million every transfer, every summer window for the last 2 years. Yeah. Why wouldn't they go out and get the striker? Because they're out there. Everyone says, oh, there's no one available. Everyone's available. You just have to make a bid. So if there's any team that were going to go out there and get the striker, if Arsenal wanted a Victor Osimhen, they would go and bid. And test the waters.
Yeah. Arsenal should.
No, but it's easier said than done, though, man. Because Arsenal were interested in Vlahovic, and he just went Juve. It's availability. As well.
But they actually registered interest. That's what I'm saying. If Arteta and Arsenal wanted somebody, like you said, they wanted
they'll let it be known.
Yeah, and they went, but he said no. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like they maybe wanted him and didn't really ask the question. No, they actually asked, and he was like, nah, I want to go to Juve. So if they wanted a big striker, they'd go and ask, and the player would say yes or no.
Fair dues. Let's move on to another one of our topics. We've got a few to get through. We don't want to dwell on any too long.
Please, some comments.
Yeah. Important. That's the main thing. And yeah, if everyone who is inside, please make sure you like the video. We're trying to grow this year, like never before. So yeah, please support us, and we'll keep putting out the good content. Where are we on the comments? Goals weren't our problem though. Leaky defense was.
I'm not
sure.
Yeah, it was. That was a problem because also only scored
leaky defense.
Yeah, also only scored I think about like 10 goals less than City last season. So goals clearly weren't the problem.
I wouldn't call it a leaky defense at all.
As soon as Saliba got injured,
a bit heavy, man.
Saliba got injured, that was it. So yeah, we only scored 6 goals less than City, but we conceded 10 more. So
which doesn't constitute it. I think Man City have skewed what how we look at things.
The barometer is a tad off. Yeah, if you compare it to everyone else, like Arsenal's defense was ridiculous. How many clean sheets was it at home? It was something stupid. No, sorry, it was away from home. I think the clean sheets away from home.
It was in the second half of the season after Christmas. There were a lot of goals conceded via set pieces, and that's a fact. I think there was at least 8 goals conceded via set piece for Arsenal. That was a big issue.
I still wouldn't. Yeah, leaky is a bit harsh on the performances. Saliba and Gary, but fair. We don't want to split.
Any like raw? Can we move on from AFTV?
Let's get through these comments. Jesus, nice link-up player. Not good, not decisive enough of a finisher to win a league. Are City resting on their laurels, or are they making moves under wraps? Not much noise about incoming potential key outgoings. Is it possible they might get complacent, or is it Palmer Foden time? Who knows? Palmer's just floating around the world picking up silverware. But I am not sure if this is his season just yet. He's been in the midst and been chucked in a few League Cup games, but yeah, I'm not sure if it is time just yet. Personally, he's finishing.
Do you know what? Sorry, quickly. On Man City and Arsenal. Do you know what I've been thinking? Man City are really trying to do the let's stay ahead and let's reset the thing whilst we're ahead thing, yeah. But they might be changing one too many pieces. I've been thinking that, like, they need to
when
be.
You say changes, what changes have you seen?
Carl Walker possibly leaving.
Okay, yeah. Pep saying that there's crunch talks in the billing. They're not trying to let him go that easily because on Thursday I think it was looking like it was a done deal.
So like I've seen like Bernardo Silva links, Carl Walker links, Gundogan's already gone.
Yes,
like
Kovacic in though.
Mahrez, yeah, but that's a change, fundamental change. And then like you're doing something different. It's not going to be the same. Is my point. And I just think like somewhere in the mix of like you working out, like you see this season, City managed to claw it back. Like they managed to get. Like they got it back on track. They went in a new direction, but they got their season back on track. This might be a season where there's some teetering problems. However, Arsenal, different ball game. They're like, oh, raw. We know we can do it now. Like you see, like last season, Arsenal went out there and said, raw, blank canvas. Let's see what we can do. They know what they can do. They knew that they folded at the end of last season, but then the season before, sorry. And then last season, they're like, oh, raw, we were close, really, yeah? So you see the confidence that you go into and, like, you know the energy it probably took out of them, some of them games that they were winning last ditch, and it was probably like, oh, like, raw. You see next season.
Villa, I think there was a Bournemouth one at home.
It won't feel that special. They'll do that. They'll say 3 points and move on and actually be looking at, and I just think you could get the two things just meeting like that. They could meet like that and just like that.
I guess the red side of London will hope that is the case. We definitely shall see. But yeah, City been a little bit quiet. I think Jack Grealish has finally finished celebrating. He's seen training in Dubai. It's probably the longest celebration for any bit of silver I've ever seen. But shout out to him, man. He worked on his life for it. But yes, time to get back to work. This story, you may not know who this man is. He is one of the big dogs at Bayern Munich. And today he has come out and said that Bayern Munich are confident that they will sign Harry Kane. It is a big statement. And they think that they will get it done in the coming weeks. Haven't heard anything like this on Kane thus far for PSG, Man United, Chelsea, all the other teams that are interested. But yeah, he's come out and he said straight up and down that from everything he's heard and everything he sees, Kane will be joining Bayern Munich. Let's say that is the case. What do we make of that move? We don't want to bang the drum and go over things we've spoken about before. So any new takes on it, any new thoughts, analysis on how it will play out? I don't know if you've seen the story. Mane, Tuchel's come out today and said, yeah, the Mane thing's not really working out how we thought it would. I called this ages ago, but people wanted to stand by him. I saw it early. It wasn't working. Isn't working. Kane to Bayern.
It's difficult. It's difficult to see. Sorry, like it's so difficult to see him at Bayern. Like I don't know whether it's a lack of imagination, but I just don't see him at Bayern Munich. Like I don't think this guy like really wants to leave the Prem. Like yeah, sure he's close to breaking the record or whatever, but here like he gets a lot of love, and I feel like in Germany playing at Bayern, like the style's different, of course, but I just don't see him like doing it. Like I just see him staying in England like as much as possible. Like I can't see him at Bayern. Also, Daniel Levy is a very interesting person, so I don't see who really wants to actually go and deal with Daniel Levy. Like everybody would rather avoid Tottenham because of Levy and just go anywhere else, because Daniel Levy is not a very like well-known generous negotiator. Like he has just clawed players like away from their teams, and also it's been difficult to deal with. Who wants to deal with like Daniel Levy? Nobody wants to deal with a man. So it's like, why do you really want to go for Kane like with all that stress? Because he's gonna get what he wants at the end of the day, which is about 100 and something million. So he wants to deal with Daniel Levy
or nothing. He'll get his 100 million, or he'll get nothing.
Or nothing. Yeah.
My thing is, aside from Levy being hard to deal with, and if Kane wants to be in the Bundesliga or not, is that
that's Bundesliga.
That's Bundesliga. Yeah. My thing is more preparation. Okay. Me and Scorcher spoke last season about how Ronaldo didn't do a preseason with United and then had a stinker. Guys, in 4 weeks today, the first Premier League game of the season will all been played. Okay, 4 weeks today. Now, if you're not where you're going to start the season already, you need to look at yourself. A player like Kane doesn't need to be having a half of preseason, half of Tottenham and half of Bayern Munich. So if he's serious about his future and his career, he needs to either go now and say, like, let's get this done, or stay right now, because you don't want to be starting your preseason and then having to up sticks and then to another club and then redo your whole preparations, get used to your team again, like a whole new set of players. So for me, the fact that it's taken this long, I don't see Kane going anywhere. And I think he'll thrive in this Bundesliga. Sorry, das Bundesliga. But I don't know if he'd get the recognition that he craves. So for me, he needs to stay in das Premier Liga. Yeah.
Scorch, your thoughts? You're closest to it, I guess, in terms of fandom or emotions. Would you be happy to see him go to Bayern? What do you think about a split pre-season? Does he go with your blessing?
More than anything, you know what I just think about? I just think, raw, like football's so funny, like it's circumstantial. Because I remember like last season when Bayern were like really unhappy with Barcelona about their pursuit of Lewandowski. Like they just was vexed about it. Vexed about the price, vexed about them unsettling Lewandowski, all of that. And then it's like, oh, raw. A year later, you're just doing the exact same things. I just think people just say what's required to get what they need done.
Would you be interested, and I guess this is a hypothetical, I hate doing these, but if Mane was used as somewhat of a make weight and he came the other way, we've seen, and it seems that, it's not working out at Bayern as it stands. Had the injury before the World Cup and kind of never recovered. Would you be interested in a Mane swap deal at this age, or is that something that you say, nah, not for me?
No, not for me. Not for me.
Chris Jess? Wouldn't use that if you were leaving in the boardroom. You wouldn't use that.
So the Scorch was mad. 100% yes. 100% yes. Just yes. I don't think Scorch he thought this one through. A quick one. 87 Nath said that Real Madrid still haven't replaced Benzema. Kane to Madrid will be one to watch. They have replaced Benzema. They signed Joselu from
Stoke. And they've also got Arda Güler as well. He's a very exciting player.
Yeah, from Stoke. Where was Joselu from? Stoke?
Didn't he come from Espanyol? Was it no, not Espanyol?
They signed him last year from Espanyol. He had a good season last year.
Yeah,
but they got relegated. But don't you lot think here? I feel like Bayern Munich's pursuit for Harry Kane is starting to get extreme, because I think they think if he gets to the end of his contract, there's no chance on God's green earth he goes to the Bundesliga.
No,
and that's why. Yeah, and also if he gets to the end of his contract, then wages are there's gonna be another 50k per week on those wages, because there's no transfer fee.
Sign the contract, big boy.
Sign the contract.
There's also there's a massive thing. I feel like Daniel Levy's pulled a bit of a master stroke here, because Bayern Munich are offering him something like 250 grand.
260 or something. Yeah. I saw those things. I think PSG were trying to offer him the same. Spurs could go up to 400. I'm seeing
400 quid, and I'm like, to just do your see the job.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if there was anything that would maybe make Harry Kane have doubts, I do feel like an additional high earning footballer's wage on top of your current wage to do your same job with a geezer behind you, to do half of the job that you used to do.
Take a bit of your strain off you.
I feel like he's don't get me wrong, him being in this situation is not ideal, but I do feel like he probably played as best as he could. But anyway, enough about Tottenham anyway.
Fair. Kyle Walker to Bayern. We've heard the rumours. Supposedly it was all done and signed up. And then today, I think Pep came out and said, no, we need crunch talks. Kyle Walker to Bayern, what do we think of that? Is it just a move that makes sense? Is it just more speed? You got Alphonso Davies on one side running 100 meters, Kyle Walker on the other side running 200. Has he completed football? And he's just going for a jolly up in Das Bundesliga?
Can I speak?
Please, sir.
Yes.
So I'm basically not a hunger strike here. Mm-hmm. Is there such thing as a sleep strike?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm going on a sleep strike until the world of football agrees that Kyle Walker is one of the best right backs to ever play football.
1-0? Don't hold back there. Say what you mean.
I was easily one of. There has not been a better right back in my time. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
As rounded as Kyle Walker, as reliable as Kyle Walker. Okay. So until the world of football agrees that this man, from Sheffield or wherever he's from,
Sheffield,
is one of the best to do it in his position, I am on a sleep strike. That's what I wanted to say.
No. I respect it. In terms of all-time greats, Chris, where do you put Kyle Walker? Do you think he is an all-time great, or do you think he relies heavily on athleticism? Do your all-time greats have to be technically gifted? Where do you rank Kyle Walker in terms of Prem greats, Chris, that you've seen?
I put Kyle Walker in terms of right backs. I heavily rate Kyle Walker. Even when he was at Tottenham, Kyle Walker, me personally, although he's at City, and I'd hate to admit it, but Kyle Walker, he's cold. He's definitely class. Performances defensively, you got to give it to him. Going up the pitch, got to give it to him. Kyle Walker's definitely up there. he's definitely one of my favourites at right backs. But
going forwards, you have him. Yeah, I think defensively 1-on-1, he's very, very good. Going forwards, where would you rank him? Because you got the Trents of the world, we've got the Cancelos.
I hear that.
I'm not going to say Wan-Bissaka. Ben White kind of chipped in. Where does Walker rank amongst them in terms of that element? I guess
he's better than all of them. He's even better than Ben White. Can I just say, there's a comment
going forwards.
He's the best. He's the best. There's a comment screen from the best RC. Yeah, he says he's one of the quickest right backs. His technique is really lacking. Take away his pace, and he is mid at best. Yeah, fair enough. But the fact is, we can't take away.
He has the pace.
He has the pace. He has the pace. Okay. So like, I hate what you're saying.
Jess. Take away Messi's low center of gravity.
Exactly.
We could pick any attribute.
Exactly.
But no, I'd say his all-round game. I think going forwards, it's probably not.
No, you're wrong, Dan. Because last season, Pep came out and said Kyle Walker can't play the way he wants him to play. Yeah, we didn't see Kyle Walker for a few weeks, and then I saw Kyle Walker come back, and he was a changed man. Yeah, he took his shahada. Yeah, he's Pep harder. He took his Pep harder. Yeah.
Okay, you got to download the files. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, and Kyle Walker came back. Yeah, a new man. I've never seen anyone do what Kyle Walker's done with the reliability. I rely on Kyle Walker. He's going to the next World Cup and the Euros after that.
That's crazy because Pep ended the season playing with like 4 centre backs, so it couldn't have been that great.
And also ended the season with the Premier League and FA Cup and Champions League. So it's very good.
So I don't know how good Kyle Walker was going forwards, but yeah, I still think he's one of the greatest because he had simply the 1v1, the leadership. Yeah, there's so many different assets to his game. Which will be missed at City, which is why they're trying to hold on to him. I saw a comment here. Opinions on the Lukaku situation. It's funny. We were set to talk about the big.
Hey, who put this picture? Who chose this picture?
Me. He's been working hard every day.
Take this down now. This is
slander. He's working hard.
Take it down now. This isn't football.
So Lukaku. Romelu Lukaku, someone who continues to has divided opinion, I think, ever since he started playing the game. Some people don't like the way his touch is, technical ability. Is he tight? Is he good in tight areas? Can he only play with his back to goal? Can he play out wide? Yada, yada, yada. Forever, he has managed to split the footballing world, and he continues to do so. Chelsea seemingly don't want him. He's supposed to report back to pre-season. Last week, was given an extra week to sort out his move to Inter Milan. And voila, what do you know? He was supposedly already in talks with Juventus. And Inter found that out and immediately said, we don't want anything to do with him. What's going on? Why is Lukaku doing this? Wouldn't you go to Inter Milan, who looked after you when you were down and out? You won your league with them, and now you're flirting with Juventus? Someone explain this to me, please. I don't get it.
Guys, now, Scorcher, as you know, and in fact, you as well, Dan and Chris, you guys know me very well. You know, I love twerk videos. But, hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah. I just need to know where you're going. Yeah.
In 2021, Lukaku was asked about playing for any other team in Italy. And he said, in Italy, forget AC Milan, forget Juventus. In Italy, it's only Inter for me. He was twerking hard, and I loved it because, like I told you guys, I love a twerk video. Yeah.
And he's going out with Meg Thee Stallion as well.
And he's going out with Meg Thee Stallion, who has the strongest knees in hip hop.
Those ligaments.
However, all of a sudden, he's now reverse cowgirling for Juve.
Stop, Jeff. Please, man. Jeez. What? There's no need for that, man. There's no need for that, man. Sorry for anyone who's offended by that. Jess doesn't represent the views of One Check Africa. Jesus Christ.
Lukaku the Stallion.
Come on, guys. Come on. What is going on here? Sorry for anyone who's got that image in their head. Let's get back on track. Come on, someone move us on. Why would he go to Juventus over Inter Milan?
Do you know what? Do you know what it is? For years and years, I've watched this guy have an awful touch. And for years and years, no, do you know what it is, Jess? Yeah, for years and years, I've watched this guy have an awful touch, yeah. But I've also understood that he's delivered enough output, yeah, for me to kind of, I'm not quite sure what word will be, but swerve around what I've been seeing with my. Jess, you know when we say, yeah, you can watch a player, yeah, and in like the space of 5 minutes, you can make a decision on him.
Yeah, and go and leave. Like, if you was a scout,
Bad
you can
scouts.
see, and I'm done. Yeah.
Like, because you can technical. All right, cool. But he's on the other. You see the other side of.
Well, you got to watch the full 90 and say there's got to be something.
You need to watch the full note, because what it is you will see his goal tally, and then watch 90 minutes and be like,
how?
Right. This is the thing, yeah. So for years and years, I've really ignored the poor touches, the awful body language,
inconsistency in big games.
No, and for me, yeah, the poor touches, scorcher, inconsistency, Dan. But for me, it's the talk. Yeah, do you remember?
Y'all tripping.
Do you remember? Was it 2 seasons ago when Inter won the Scudetti, and he was like, he was just talking, saying he's learned so much.
No. He smashed up Zlatan. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. He also said, "I'll physically shoot you."
Yeah, he got to the tunnel. I realized he didn't want it.
Yes, and I know you're talking about in training back. Like he went through the training. Conte
he said all the thing. Yeah, like Conte showed me how to play with my back to goal. You're just talking shit, big man. Please, yeah. Like you're just in a good moment. Scorcher, please. We're trying to have a serious podcast. Stop laughing. Yeah, you're just in a good moment. Yeah, and you believed your own hype. Yeah, and this is where it leads you. I'm sorry.
He's him. Himothy is how he probably refers to himself. Yeah. And the y'all wilding, y'all tripping, shit, all that stuff. It just adds to the legacy.
Well, he played maybe like 8 years to a decade of football in England, and speaks with an American accent. That should let you know the character of the man that we're speaking about here. But initially, I was gonna hit him with the normal moniker, snake rap. He would have, because he qualifies for snake rap. But in this instance, we're in a new place. You know, I think he will qualify for snake puss.
Snake puss.
Snake puss.
Yeah. Guys, I feel bad. I feel bad because, as you guys know, Dan, Scorcher, and Chris, and you guys watching this, if you've been here before, I love black people. So when I have to attack someone who's a black people like Lukaku, I feel bad, but he deserves nothing less than to be attacked. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
No, because you know what is, Jess? If we're being honest here, we used our platform to deceive people.
We did, didn't we?
We used our platform to deceive people when we built this platform based upon good touches, footballing IQ, the je ne sais quoi of the game.
I remember a couple shouts about people putting him ahead of Kane and Lewandowski, but
I said it.
Today's not the day. We're not going to get into that. Does he improve Juventus? Is he better than Vlad? Vlahovic ain't up to much. What is he?
No, sorry. Can I just quickly say on Vlahovic? I got a little bit of scouting shout on Vlahovic. Do you know what it is with Vlahovic? He's just a little boy. He's a good striker and he's got like ability. But if the team's not good, don't expect him to play good, number one. But number two, he will finish the chances you give him. That's it. Like, don't expect more than that. Like, because he's a little boy. And that's fine. That's fine. That's it. That was all I had.
You know, Lukaku, he probably used to watch, like, Paid in Full and Root for Recall. With this whole talk here about man's.
Oh my god!
Chris,
stop, man.
Like, true, like this is mad. Like, what do you mean you're trying to switch Inter for Juve? Juve are in hell right now. Like, they may not even be allowed to play Europa Conference next season.
No, they're not. They're actually not. They're 100% not going to be playing European football.
So they're not even allowed to play European football. Then you've got all his extracurricular stuff off the pitch, like trying to rap, like that video of him in the booth. And oh god, it's disgusting.
Decent that.
I will never forget when someone said I had a touch like Lukaku. I started a fight in school because of that, and I stand by it today.
Yeah, stand on shit.
It's bad, bro. Like it's terrible. And you see that Champions League final, like that
reminded everyone of
Man could have written himself into the Champions League
Wait,
history.
Chris.
Yeah.
Chris, you know what? Do you know what's mad? Do you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
The Champions League final was foreshadowed.
When?
6 months or however many months earlier. Do you not remember in the World Cup, the ball hitting him the same way?
Yeah.
Doing the same. And you know what I started thinking about? I saw a highlights package of Lukaku. Yeah, and it had the World Cup, some World Cup moments, and Champions League final moments. Yeah, and you know what I started thinking about? You know they talk about some strikers, and their movement. He's just got his movement. He's just and the other way.
Yeah, he's the antithesis of it. Yeah, they're just static. It's a shame. Some people say the same about this man. Some people say he was stripped of his captaincy. Today, a decision was made, and he made this statement, which I respected. After discussions with the manager today, he has informed me he is changing captain. He outlined his reasons to me, and whilst I'm personally extremely disappointed, I will continue to give my all every time I wear the shirt. Well said, Harry. I don't think this is a shock. I'm not sure if it is news. I guess United generate clicks as usual, but this has been in the running for probably about a year and a half.
Like a year and a little bit.
Can I speak? And I'm not a United fan, but guys, if I'm correct, Maguire was made captain, I think, within 6 months of joining Manchester United. Within 6 months of joining Manchester United Sporting Directive.
I thought you was going to say on a whim, Jess. But yeah, sorry.
No. That's exactly what I said. What are you talking about? That's literally what I said.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Ain't that what I said?
Oli made him captain.
Please.
Oli made him a captain on a whim within 6 months of joining Manchester United Sporting Directive.
Oh no!
It was only downhill from there because he wasn't made captain on merit. He was made captain based on money, and it was always downhill from there. And I've said before, my issue with Harry Maguire is that he believes his own hype. People in his camp gas him up and say, "Yeah, Harry, you're doing good. Harry, you're doing good." I think I saw a fight. I don't know if you guys watched it. The first fight between Anthony Joshua and Ruiz. What's his first name? Andy Ruiz.
Ruiz.
And I'm hearing Joshua's corner saying, "That's it, AJ. Well done. Good work, AJ." I'm seeing AJ get thumped in the face, and I'm hearing his corner, in the background saying, "Good work." I feel like it's the same thing with Harry Maguire. He's on the pitch bleeding, but his corner must be telling him, "Yeah, Jacob, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job." Because what I'm seeing, and his attitude don't match up. So for me, this is another reason why I rate Ten Hag. I said from the beginning, I rate Seven Hag because he got rid of Ronaldo.
Coaching back.
What else did Seven Hag do? He dropped Maguire. He dropped Wan-Bissaka. He sent he sent the gang member to the mountains to go and train.
Yeah.
He done all of this stuff
for the mid pre-season.
For the mid pre-season, he does
pre-mid-season.
He does all that. I rated 10 now because this had to be done. Why are you gonna have a player be captain? I think he started last season. 6 Premier League games, 8 Premier League games.
Not loads. I think featured in 16 games. Most of those, a lot of those were coming on in the last 5 minutes as well.
Exactly right. I think he made about between 6 to 8 starts. It had to be done.
Also, sorry, Jess. Also, by the way, he wasn't playing left centre back either.
Where he should never be playing in the first place.
Which is insanity.
Why are you going to invert your centre backs, especially one as clunky as him? Come on, man. Like Seven Hag, you're doing the right thing. This is why I rate Eric Seven Hag.
Keep it pushing, Eric. Chris, who should be the new Man United captain, or has it already been set in stone and we already know who it is? It's just a formality now.
It's gotta be Casemiro. I would give it to Casemiro.
Whoa!
No.
Wow, Chris, this is why it's always good to ask the question, because I assumed you were going to go somewhere else. But please continue.
Bruno's that, yeah, but like for me personally, I feel like in big games, yeah, you see him at Anfield, I will get popped by 7. A man literally looked like he wanted to commit attempted murder on the linesman. When we're getting beaten like this, you can't behave like that. You can't be losing your head like that. Like, bro,
Interesting
like Bruno's got like a habit sometimes of having the flash like pan moment of just going absolutely insane. And it's like you can't do that all the time. Like sometimes you gotta relax. Like you gotta rally the man them. And I see him doing it, don't get me wrong. We see Casemiro CV, like man's been at Madrid, man's won multiple Champions Leagues. Also forgetting that in times where Casemiro's been on the pitch, Real Madrid were down in a couple games and won it too. You gotta give it to Casemiro, man. Like that's the mature option. The goal. That's mature.
Dan, what do you think as a United fan? Because you're a United fan.
I felt that it was and should probably be Bruno. In the last 4 years, he's probably been our outstanding performer. I know you can't get carried away, but it seems like he cares. I think he does have leadership qualities, and I do definitely take on board what Chris has said. And there were the early jabs towards him that he goes missing in big games, which is somewhat quelled. But yeah, there is that question mark. But maybe this giving him the actual armband will lead to some maturity. But yeah, for me, I thought Bruno is probably the outstanding candidate. There are shouts of Lisandro as well, because he's got those leadership qualities, and Casemiro. But yeah, for me, it was Bruno by far.
Quick question from Tazboss. Lads, can I ask, is Maguire that bad, or simply he's not at Man United required level? What are your thoughts?
The level of a good manager who's at Man United, first of all. Second of all, he's just not at the level, and he's just not. He's like a mid-table man. Like if he was at Wolves, I feel like he'd be chopping it up real good.
Him and the other guy. What's the other guy's name at Wolves?
Connor Cody.
Connor Cody.
Guys.
Yeah. Wait, who's the one that goes to England and doesn't play?
Cody. He's the chief vibes maker.
Yeah, that's it. Chief vibes maker.
Second DJ in the changing room, or DD in the changing room.
Whoa. Hey yo. Yeah. So before we depart, there are a few other topics we want to touch on. The Premier League will be switching to Puma match balls. What do we make of this? Does it change anything? Are we sad?
Can I speak?
Go.
About 2 seasons ago, I noticed that La Liga changed their balls to Puma.
Yeah, they were ahead of the curve.
Yeah, and then today I found out. Today I found out that the Football League have been using Puma balls since at least last season.
Mm-hmm. So do we care?
I don't care.
25 years Nike been doing this.
I don't care. I've got Maestro footballs, yeah. And we got Nike
in black and white,
yeah. That was a big deal when we went from Maestro to Nike, yeah. Nike don't know me. I don't know Nike. I don't own Nike anything. Like, I don't really care.
Nike are taking L's, man. I know you said you don't think they are, Jess, but Nike are taking some L's in the footballing space for me.
Nah, Dan, they're not. That Nike ain't, because what we need to realize here is that Nike are the pinnacle of sports brands, yeah. And also, they're quite young. You have to realize the man who founded Nike, Phil Knight, is still alive today. Yeah, with all these faculties. Okay, like they done their thing. See what Puma are doing right now? Nike done that. Yeah, now they're up here, and everyone else is trying to catch up to where they are. They haven't got to spend all this money, because you get to a point of diminishing returns. All the money they're putting into advertising and athlete marketing and all that stuff doesn't bring much any more returns. They've solidified their brand so much that we are going to buy it regardless. Yes, they haven't got to pump money into this and that and that. They're good. They're there now. Yeah, and now they're on the next phase of their plan.
I don't think it works like that, man. Not too much. I work in advertising. McDonald's, the biggest brand in the world, they're still like the biggest spender. Sky, biggest broadcaster, biggest spender in.
The difference is, yeah. The difference is
keep spending. Even these things like sponsoring the ball is advertising.
No, they are spending. They're not stopping their spending, just moving in a different direction. Like they don't care about.
And I said they're taking losses, so they've lost like the likes of Neymar, the Sterlings.
They let them go. They let them go because they're not going to pay Neymar the money he's demanding because you get to the point of diminishing returns. So Neymar wasn't.
Neymar was the signal for me that. Not so much a statement about Nike. It was more so a statement from Puma. But what I will say is, if you look at it though, what Nike are doing, it seems like what Jess is saying, they're more focusing their attentions, like they're more streamlining it. Like it's like, okay, yeah, cool. We can dominate. We can dominate the entire field, or we can make sure we've got Mbappe.
Yeah.
It's a bit of that.
Eggs in one basket.
What was I say, Dan? With regards to,
I'm not saying it's the greatest idea.
Yeah, like they're trying to think, but they've got enough resources that they can try this for the next 5 or the next cycle, 4 years, 8 years, 12 years, whatever. If it doesn't work, yeah, they can revert back to their old model, yeah.
You'd hope
McDonald's. Why wouldn't they be able to revert back to
market share is a thing. So Puma doing this will increase their market share.
Cool.
Puma signing Neymar will increase their market share.
Let's go
coming back doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be seen
back to market share with regards to Nike. Yeah, in football, the big players Nike, Adidas, Puma,
push.
But they're the big 3. Yeah, everyone else is like marginal, like 10%, if that. Yeah, McDonald's, like you mentioned before, they still spend money because there's a lot more competition over there. Like Subway, what?
Not. But if we're gonna compare them, it's a similar model. Like you'd say.
No, but what I'm saying, if I was to ask you to name Nike's rivals, yeah, who would you name? Adidas and Puma, right? And if I was to name McDonald's rivals, if you was to name McDonald's rivals, yeah, it will be more than 2 people long or 3 people if you want to name New Balance. Yeah, so like they're not in the same space. They're both leaders in their field, but they're not in the same space.
Yeah, I disagree. And then Sky, you could say that was another example of Sky's rivals they're like it's just a thing. I think Nike are taking losses, but yeah, as we say, we will see. But yeah, market share is a big thing, and I think Nike are losing it. And I'm a Nike man through and through.
That's the thing. So am I. Like they've got me.
But check it. I might become a Puma man if they keep up this good work.
I'm not going to become a Puma man. Like it's just not going to happen. Like
if you're watching Puma,
you're telling lies. You're a New Balance guy, bro. Keep it real.
That's because I was getting them for free. That's another story.
Being New Balance stuff, bro. You get the drops and that.
Those days. Pedri. We want to talk about this. What would you call it? Weightlifter?
The Lewandowski diet, I call it.
What's going on there? What lab? What peds? Or is it all just protein shakes and exercise? Or is he just still growing up like Saka is? Or do we think something else is happening?
He's just growing up and training.
Yeah. Do you know what is the only reason why I think to myself, because we forget how young Pedri is. He's so young, it's a joke, yeah. Like he's at an age where like he's gonna grow in front of our eyes significantly. You know what I mean? But the only thing that makes me think he's not probably on drugs, because I know he's put on 4 kg over the summer. The only thing that makes me think he's not on drugs is that Barcelona simply don't really care about that stuff. Like quite literally, most of the times, like you've seen Lewandowski deflate since joining Barcelona. Like there's only like you can only really point to like Dembele, but that was like natural growth. Like,
sorry, keep talking. I'm just showing this picture.
Yeah, like Alexis Sanchez, for instance, used to get in trouble for doing the weights.
Yeah,
He used to get in trouble for wearing the ankle weights and going up the stairs and stuff.
Yeah, don't do too much, kiddo. Yeah, Pedri, just take it easy out there, man. It's not what it's cracked up to be. Because you could turn into Adama Traore. And before we leave, one of the funniest stories: Tadic has left Ajax because he's surrounded by lesser players. Do you get it? Is that something you can say? Is that?
Yeah, I'm with it.
We like the honesty. We with it.
Yeah. I'm with it. I respect Tadic for that. I respect him. Why should he play for like? Because let's be honest, yeah, Dusan Tadic is actually a good player.
Proper. Like, his remontada at Ajax has been one I've loved.
Yeah. So yeah, man, like leave, innit? Have they terminated the contract? Is he gone?
Yeah, it's done, man. They've done the post, they've done the farewells. Like it's here's the it's forever.
He's trying to get out of there before his reputation is damaged any further.
Boy,
he said, y'all ain't gonna be shit. Y'all ain't.
Has he gone from the batch? Is that all where he is?
Rumours, man. Rumours.
Do you think he's just chasing that that Saudi bag, which I don't vote him for? If that's what he's doing.
Come and get me.
On the phone call, like, yo, I've jumped ship. Like, you wanna come hit me from Amsterdam? Like,
yeah, he's giving the Saudis come to bed as. So we'll see if he gets paid or laid. We shall see. But I guess that brings us probably to the end of the stream. We've been pushing on for about an hour and 6 minutes. If there is any more before we wrap and enjoy our Sundays, please let us know.
I just want to say, but before we go, I'm not a religious man, but guys, with Christ, all things are possible.
Amen.
I thought you were going to say with money.
With money, even more things are possible.
Yeah, you're right. Money and Christ and God and
guys,
money first.
Sorry, guys, quickly before we go, I just wanted to say, you know this the Saudi Chinese Super Premier League, yeah?
That's what it's called, exactly. Yeah.
Like I can't remember who the player was, yeah, that I saw them linked with it.
Hello?
Player.
Wait, we didn't catch that last bit, bro. You can't remember the player you saw them linked with.
Pardon?
Yeah, we didn't catch that bit. You went silent for a sec, or was that just me?
No, it cut out. Yeah, so the player they're linked with, and then you cut out.
Yeah, sorry. So I can't remember who the player was, but it was like a young player, like somebody like Yamin Lamau or someone like that, like from a team like Barca or so. I can't remember who it was here, but I realized they're not limiting their thing. Like they're actually trying to create
so they're building from the bottom up. Yeah. I guess they've seen where the Russians and the Chinese have failed.
Scorcher, what would you do, yeah, if I put you in a room and said, hey, Scorcher, this room has unlimited money, yeah, do what you want. That's literally what Saudi Arabia is. We have unlimited wealth. Do what you want.
It's a
good look.
Yeah, like, do you know what's crazy? They've actually decided that they're going to try and make, like, the Premier League.
Yeah. Oh, guys, sorry. Yeah, you guys know, yeah, I think it's next season, the 2024-25 season, the Club World Cup expands. So everyone's talking about when they're going to let Saudi League teams into the Champions League. They don't
oh my God.
They don't need to do that because the Club World Cup is going to expand to, I think, 32 teams? It's going to be like a mini Champions League.
Isn't it going to run for like a month as well?
No, but hear how mad it gets as well. They're no longer going to do this let's partake on some Ange Postecoglou Melbourne Warriors thing. Yes, they're going to try and win on a being serious thing.
Yeah, do you know why? Because the prize money is going to be good, yeah? If you're playing, you're going to have money. You're going to have television.
Just money.
Just money. Just sorry.
Profile, man. It's going to look good.
Money. Yeah.
Money.
Yeah, Dan, sorry. I've seen there's one more thing you got in the banners near the bottom. Do you want to touch on that?
Line it up. I'm not sure where you can. Oh, messy business. Yeah, I'll leave that one to you guys.
Oh no.
Okay. Can I speak?
Floor is yours.
Okay. Benjamin Mendy. Where's everyone gone? I can't see anyone.
I'm here. I'm just not on screen as I haven't been.
What about Dan? What's Dan?
I'm still here. My environment.
He's trying to make sure he doesn't even had all our faces are in it.
Chris, if you wanna go, you can also go.
Fam, like, you know, Bonnet man's here in it. Like, if you say anything like crazy, like, yeah, my face is in it.
Guys, we need to move under the belief that Benjamin Mendy is genuinely innocent because he's been found innocent in the highest court in the world. What's this? Okay. We have to believe that he's innocent because he's been found not guilty. And we need to remember that he is a man who's been found not guilty, who spent time in prison. Now, I can only imagine what it's like to have to spend time in prison, people. Okay.
Amen.
And to lose my career. Okay. I think it's a very delicate matter because there are instances where people are genuine victims of heinous crimes, and there are times when they're not. Okay, there are times when people who deserve to be in prison aren't in prison, and there are times when they are in prison. Okay, if the courts are right and Benjamin Mendy is innocent, then he needs to be given a chance to rebuild his life. Okay, and that's the way we need to move forward because that was the findings in the court. I feel Tazboss says just say it with chest. Man's career is down. Guys, I'm being sensitive because there are genuine victims of crime out there. Okay,
these are just like my take is so different to that. Like I more than anything, I just been thinking to myself, like, what happens now? Like, not like I'm not in the like I'm not on either side of the case. Like, but now, like, is he like what happens? Does he like? I'm trying to work out. Can he come back and be a footballer? Forget about is he guilty or not guilty. I just mean this amount of time away from the game.
I think he'll find another club. You know, I think he'll be fine. For some reason, I've got a feeling it won't be in the Prem for a number of reasons, but I do think that he will play again. The whole thing's a shame, and as you said, I'm not on either side because especially
I'm on Mendy's side.
When considering the crimes and the conviction rates for those crimes, I am not 100% sure I'm in a place to speak on it. It's good for Mendy. It's a shame for everyone involved, but yeah, I think he'll probably find another club as it goes.
Guys, I trust, if there's any legal system I trust in the world, it's this United Kingdom legal system.
Yeah, for me personally, I don't question the validity of the verdict. I don't, none whatsoever. But the main thing is that I just thought is like, what happens now? Like,
yeah, you're right.
That's what I couldn't get my from the footballing aspect because that's outside of football. This was something outside of football. Now we're stepping back into the football realm, and I'm like, can he get it back? Like we seen like Ericsson come back from like, it's like, can he come back and make it to the level he was at? Because he was at a high level, like
very high level. Yeah,
won three prems in a row.
I did see someone, a few people on Twitter said that Benjamin Mendy is getting more support than Dele Alli did, and that just wasn't true. I don't think the two things are even connected.
I saw that would have been lippy, wouldn't it?
I
saw the footballers coming out and speaking and putting their necks on the line. I thought that was
Do you know why, Dan?
very interesting.
Do you know why? Because if you look at it, how many football players have been in this position? Do you understand? So
no, I think in terms of professions, you probably say this one ranks highly for these false accusations.
Yeah, it really strikes a chord for them because they, I don't want to say they've been targeted, but we've had cases in the past.
Yeah, some have.
Been convicted and it's been overturned. So
Chet Evans is a great example.
Chet Evans, I've seen Ronaldo have a case against him. Neymar's had one where he had a camera.
Danny Alves,
but he was actually guilty.
Yeah. Who was that? Who? Just
but he was actually found guilty.
Oh yeah. So there we go. There are examples, and again, as I say, it's a sensitive subject. and yeah, probably not one that is like one to be played with lightly. But yeah, that whole these conviction rates for such crimes are very low, which is why I'm just like, yeah, it's just a big.
Jordan said that Alonso killed someone and still plays.
Yeah, he
like a car accident, I think.
He was drink driving and crashed into a wall, and yeah, it fell onto someone. Yeah, it's a shame.
Jordan.
It's very sad. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a somber note, man. It's a somber note. But yeah, this is it. We speak on everything in football, man. So we have been the Gaffers. Thank you for joining us. Before you leave, close the door and make sure you hit the like button, and we'll ensure that we are back next week with a few more streams for your head tops. Until then, stay safe. I've been Walks. He's been Wrong and Strong. He has been not young Chris, it's Christopher. And the guy in the left bottom corner has been ACG Scotch. So yeah, thanks again for joining us, and we'll catch you all very soon.